In the wee hours of November 13th, Tesla sent out a software update to my Cybertruck. Now, Tesla sends out lots of updates on a fairly regular basis, so I didn't think much of it until I discovered that this was the one with version 14 of full self-driving. That'll be version 14.1.7 for those keeping track. Now, version 14 was the latest and greatest that went out to every other Tesla model with the newest hardware, but for whatever reasons, not the most technologically advanced vehicle that Tesla has ever made. So it's not hard to blame us Cybertruck owners for complaining about not getting what everyone else already had.
Come on.
Lucky for me, my Model S already had the version 14 upgrade, otherwise I wouldn't have experienced it until now. But like beard meets food at the start of a food challenge, I certainly didn't have my fill of it yet either.
15 minutes for this amount of food is mental.
Anyway, now that it's finally installed in my Cybertruck, I thought I'd put it to the test in a couple of challenging parking lots that I've been to while I was here in Orange County, California. The first is the University Town Center, which is a large shopping center surrounded by the University of Irvine campus, with all its food places and other things that cater to college students. So parking spots here are always at a premium. The other parking lot is pretty much at the other end of the spectrum in, how do I say, a much more established community.
Oh, get off my lawn!
This is the East Bluff Village Center, which is anchored by a Ralph's grocery store. This lot is kind of small considering that there's also a CVS pharmacy, a UPS store, a bank, and a couple of restaurants here. That said, there's always multiple cars parked in places other than actual parking spots here. Anyway, join me now as I take my Cybertruck and full self-driving version 14 into these two fairly challenging parking lots. As my Cybertruck pulled into the University Town Center, I was happy to see that version 14 directed towards the most convenient area of the shopping center. It's also the most difficult place to find a parking spot, so I was looking forward to seeing just how well it would handle this. And to my surprise, it was able to find an open spot and then proceed to back into it while being perfectly centered, despite it also being very tight. Kudos to the Tesla full self-driving team, as I was truly impressed by this. Okay, on to East Bluff Village Center with the Ralph's grocery store. Now I'll just speed up this part of the drive, which full self-driving did handle perfectly. I will slow it down here as I want to show you just how confidently it went around a slower moving landscape truck on the way over. Once again, nice job, Tesla. Now, once it began to turn into the main area of the parking lot, and as expected, there were plenty of obstacles to contend with. Not only did version 14 have to maneuver around this police SUV that was parked in kind of an unusual area, honestly, but it needed to safely give way to people and other vehicles that were scurrying about. And all this was done safely and flawlessly. About the only thing I could actually gripe about was how it took up 2 spaces as it backed into this parking spot. It felt to me as if it was going to pull forward again and then readjust itself into a single spot, but instead it just ended the ride right there. Now, considering how well and confidently it handled everything else, I'm not exactly sure why it did that. All in all, this was light years away from what Cybertruck was capable of doing before, so I am looking forward to all the improvements and advancements going forward. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, could you hit that like button, which helps get this video out to others that might also find it interesting. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are alerted to any new video that I post in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Passing through max Q, point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.